High up in the mountains just north of Questa, New Mexico, lies a spectacular little lake with a view of the Latier Wilderness. It almost beckons you to try your hand at casting for the colorful native fish hidden in the shadows of its cold, clear waters.
My first time out, first time fly fishing, and I caught a little brookie, so pretty proud of that, yeah. Bought the video camera just in case, so it's been great.
Fly fishermen cast their best guess at reflected skies and splashes from the surface, while other anglers choose different methods.
Here early in the season, I just use a real small bead-headed nymph because so many of these fish are starting to come into these shallows where the food's starting to come in. So we really don't have to cast that far.
We're going to follow the advice of the other fishermen and go with the same little fly they were using.
Every angler's got his own bag of tricks, so to speak.
I use this little pointed bobber to be able to fly fish with the standard fishing pole. When I cast it out there, I actually pull back on it just as it hits. And that'll straighten out my line so my fly will be behind the bobber. And we got one on. We're standing close to shore because that's where they're hanging. And they're going for these little flies. Feels like a spotted brookie.
Cutthroat or native, brook trout or not. It's important to know the difference so you're not unknowingly breaking laws that may change on a yearly basis depending on population estimates. This year on Cabresto Lake, cutthroat are catch and release only. You can keep 5 brookies per person per day.
We got here, I'd say probably around 12 o'clock noon, my husband and myself, and we're leaving with our full limit. Brook trout, small, tasty fish, great for eating.
Because they get crispy and eat the bones and all.
Conrad, who lives in Questa, comes here often and has developed his own sporting tactics to meet the challenge these aggressive fighting delectable delights present, including very light line and a host of tiny lures and baits.
Got one on. Little spotted brookie. He went for a worm. You can take a black rooster tail and troll it really slow in the shallow mud flats on these high mountain lakes. And the slower you troll it, keeping it just above the mud, come up to a log laying in the mud and just take it over the top of that log. And these big spotted brookies, a 12 inch is pretty good size for most spotted brookies, come right up out of the mud. You don't even see them. They're laying in the mud hiding. They'll come right up out of the mud and grab that black rooster tail.
Fisheries management throughout New Mexico is made possible by the Wildlife and Sportfish Restoration Program of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Taxes on some fishing tackle provide this needed revenue stream.
That little guy coming in.
And while you're there, also check out fishing below the dam.
Plus the Red River and Questa and a lot of places, and it's a neat little place to come fish. It really is. I like this place a lot.
So it's worth the drive. That last 2 miles is pretty rough.
Yeah, the last 2 miles gets pretty rough. I was just commenting to my friend up there that I've actually seen a minivan up here before. So it depends on how adventurous you are with your vehicle and trust your tires. But yeah, that last 2 miles gets a little rocky there.
Yeah, I got another little fish. These are great eating. People can catch 16 and 18 inch spotted brookies out there and even some large cutthroat, but you have to release a cutthroat. Anyway, it makes for a great day of fishing. They're kind of small, but they're awful good eating. We'll have these for dinner tonight.